Hello, everyone. This week I read a book by Katie Flynn. It's called You Are My Sunshine, based on that song, You Are My Sunshine, which is pretty in these days. I think it's a classic, so it's still in. Um, the book is written by Katie Flynn, which is an author that I've read several times before. And I kind of like her style of writing. She usually writes about World War II and her stories are women centric. So it's kind of nice to know what the women felt like and what they went through while they were struggling on a day to day basis through the World War II. Um, Most of her women are really strong willed and level headed women, and they have lived, not just lived through the World War, they've supported people around them through the World War too. And all the books that I've read, I'm really inspired by the woman. It is also kind of nice to see what the actual life of a woman was like in Britain during the World War II, where they're dealing with rationing, they're dealing with bombing, they're dealing with their children being taken away and shifted to the countryside where it's safer, or women who are part of the forces and they're helping in some way or the other. So it's a good insight into the military of how the women were utilized in the military during the World War II in Britain, and the woman itself, the normal, everyday, day-to-day women, ordinary women of Britain, and how they went through the World War II. So it's a good insight into their lives. All of her characters, all of her women characters are really inspirational. You kind of read their story and say like, oh, they're just like she's a normal woman. She's just like me or you, and there's absolutely nothing extraordinary about her, except for her will to be somebody helpful, to make a mark. So, in general, I have loved her characters. I really like her books, and that's why I picked her book up while I was at the book fair. I recognized the name, and then I also saw this picture of the woman, and I was like, oh, Katie Flynn. She writes the books about World War. So I knew that this was a book that would have a World War reference or the World War II in it, and a woman would be good performing women. So, good book, give it a read. Go ahead, give read any of Katie Flynn books. She's a good author. I think I'm going to take a break after reading these books and go back to digital reading for a bit, because I believe I am reading digital books much quicker than I'm reading actual books. So, although I don't like that arrangement, but let's see. Digital book next, I guess. So, well, until next time when we meet, I am Asma Siddiqui, a voracious book reader, and I come back every week to tell you what book you should or should not read, because that's what I do. I read books, and I will come back next week with another book to talk about. Until then, you should subscribe to the channel and wait for me until next week. See you around. Bye bye.